Unbelievable. What I've just seen on Grimm's new GTS video on his wrestling channel, Silly Super Pop, it just made me want to vomit. And I got to take this hat off because seeing that video did not make me happy at all. I'm sorry. Because GTS Wrestling is my favorite wrestling show in all of YouTube. It's a very fun wrestling show, and I invite all of you who loves wrestling to check it out. I'll put the link to the channel in the description below. But today's video, oh man, that has got to be one of the baddest and worst real shoot fights that I have ever seen, not only in GTS, but in pretty much all of pro wrestling, because after what guys like Kurt Bale, Onslaught, Jay Evans, and Jay Cage did, wow, they just made me want to vomit. Because again, Dave tried to film like one last video while they're at the warehouse before they cleaned the place up and moved to the yard. Those four guys just drove by and immediately started to beat the living crap out of Grimm's guys, all because they don't want to wrestle in the yard. Well, and I loved Kurt Bale and Jake Cage and Jay Evans. Those were some of my favorite GTS guys. I loved them. And I thought they were both amazing heels. I loved them. But after seeing what they did in today's new GTS video, I don't really know. They claim to be too good to wrestle in the yard, but my problem is if they don't want to wrestle in GTS anymore, then instead of always trying to ruin GTS, all they have to do is just tell Dave that they quit and wrestle somewhere else. That's all they got to do. Just quit and wrestle somewhere else. Leave Dave and his show alone. Stop always trying to ruin it. But again, completely unbelievable. If you want to see that very despicable and real shoot fighting video, please go to his channel, which I'll put the link in the description again below, and check it out. Because, man, it just made me want to vomit. But I don't really care what happens because it doesn't matter if it's in the warehouse or in the yard. I don't care. I'm going to continue to show my support for Grimm and GTS because I love GTS. And no matter what happens, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going to stop watching it. It's in the yard. I'm going to keep watching it. I don't care. And again, if those guys don't want to wrestle in the yard, then they can just tell Dave they quit. They don't have to wrestle for Grimm anymore. But instead, they had to be unprofessional and do this. And according to the video, it was filmed yesterday on the final day of 2018. But I sincerely want to apologize to Grimm and all. And it's just unbelievable. One like equals one prayer for Dave and GTS Wrestling. And those four unprofessional guys that I loved as a heel, they can all now eat it. Yeah.